Diecast North is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello to all of you, and thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate you all being here once again. I've got a video today that I think is going to be great, and I am talking about nothing else than, oh, look at this. Look at this guy. It is Mutant Tigatron from the Golden Disk Collection of Transformers Kingdom, and I am really loving this guy so much already. I've already played around with him quite a bit and everything, and happy Chinese New Year late to each and every one of you celebrating, and to each and every one of you not celebrating, celebrate it anyway, you'll like it. So, Tigatron, Mutant Tigatron is amazing. Here goes the back of the box. I was super excited to get this when I actually got it because I'm loving these colors, you know? They're fantastic. Let's take you into the review. If you haven't already, please hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I especially hit subscribe because I would love it. It's a small step for you, but it's a giant leap for me, and I just trying to do away with my algorithm monster and everything altogether. Get me up to 500, then get me up to 1,000. I'm actually looking to grow my channel a little bit more and everything, so I'd appreciate all your help. Now, let's get on with this review. Alright everyone, and now I'm actually ready to finally show you Mutant Tigatron. He is very, very cool. I'm loving this box right over here. I really love the Golden Disk Collection. I wished that this one actually came with with another disc, and you know what? I really still want to go back and maybe backtrack on the other Autobots and everything like that, like the pipes and the Huffer remake and everything like that. But nothing actually really impressed me as much as say Pterosaur, and now this, you know, Mutant Tigatron. I really love this, and this is actually coming from someone who's actually really really into G1. I love everything that's actually going on over here. There are a couple of things over here that are a little bit differently colored on the ending product and everything, but I'll show you that in just a second. So there we are. And in comes Tigatron. And I really love this guy so much. I'm a big fan of this mold and everything, which is still a huge, which is actually a huge improvement over Cheetor, and maybe even a huge improvement over Shadow Panther. But also, this guy is actually really nicely colored and everything. Now, you know that he's actually a remake of Tigatron, which is right over here of Beast Wars Tigatron for the Kingdom line, and this is actually a direct comparison and everything because I really love this mold so much. Remember, Tigatron actually comes with his underbelly pistol and everything, and we actually see the same thing, excuse me guys and girls, but we actually see the same thing with this, except now this is actually now the gut gun is a little bit more prominent over here and everything because of the fact of the coloring and everything, you know. But aside from that, this version of Tigatron actually has so many great colors going in for him and everything with Tiger Mode. I'm loving everything with all the stripes here and everything. I'm loving this mouth right over here. Oh, talk about the mouth. Look at this. I love this. You open this up, and I love the fact that they colored in the teeth here and everything, you know? with the paint, you know, don't get me wrong, like, he kind of like reminds me of Disney more than anything else, you know. I don't know if you can actually see the correlation or anything like that, but he looks great, and he looks like he's actually so well animated here and everything, you know. I love that. I kind of wish they actually touched up some paints right over here on the tongue, because right over here, excuse me guys and girls, right over here, you'll actually notice that there's the tongue that's actually prominently modeled right over there and everything. And I kind of feel like there would have only been like a little bit of paint that could have actually been used over here. I'm not exactly sure how confident I am in doing that or anything like that without ruining his brand new dentures right over here, you know, like that's actually very cool. But in comparing him with original Tigatron, his mouth is all white and everything, and I kind of wish they actually went back here and like made a few things black and everything like that, like in the inside of his mouth, to like give his face a little bit more prominence. But together, they really make an awesome looking pair. I really love this, and I usually put them together and everything. A lot of people actually kind of like said that this was actually supposed to be evil Tigatron and everything, with us forgetting exactly who he actually was. I kind of feel like this is ethereal Tigatron and everything more than anything else, the ghost of Tigatron, or the Tigatron that actually went off into another realm and everything. And again, with the other version, with the storyline that was supposed to be behind this, he forgets exactly who he is. I kind of tend to think that he actually forgets exactly who he is, but he's still ethereal, you know, and then comes back maybe even more powerful than the other, than like the white version of Tigatron, or, you know. But like, I really love this guy so much. He's so cool. Like, look at this. And if you actually look at the back of the box over here and everything, you'll notice that there are a couple of things over here that are like a little bit more color, I would actually say that are a little bit more colorful and everything. You actually have like a little bit of like darkening over here that's actually going on into the ears. You have like a little bit of a wash going on the tip of the nose and on the underbelly and everything like that, giving him some dirt and everything like that, or giving him some like more depth, much like they actually did with this version of Tigatron. You actually see the yellowing of the fur over here and everything like that, that actually gives him like a little bit more depth and everything, and I love that. I think that's actually great on this guy. Also, if he were to yellow, I'm not going to really be too mad or anything like that, because that's actually very cool. I like that. But with this guy, it looks like they actually did color a lot in here. They actually did get like a lot in the eyes and like everything else, but they left out this like bit of coloring that could have actually been right over here to give him a little bit more depth. I think it's a missed opportunity, but still yet, I don't know. I don't know if I get it or anything like that as much or anything, but like I still think that they could have actually like done that over here. They could have actually done that with the musculature over here and everything. They could have actually just like added a little bit more to like actually bring it more oomph and everything. Also, with the gut gun, I noticed that this piece right over here is actually like that turquoise blue and everything. You don't really have that on this or anything like that. I kind of wish they actually followed up with their plans over here also. And then when we actually get into robot mode, we'll actually show you some more on like, say, like maybe the heels and everything like that. But let's get you into transformation, and then we'll show you a little bit more of that. For those of you who are looking for a comparison, here's Tigatron with Tigatron, Deluxe Class Studio Series Blur, and Beastmaster Optimus Prime. Now, originally I wasn't going to transform this guy on screen or anything like that, but I enjoy this transformation so much, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it! So, we'll take the gun away and his tail off of the peg hole right in the back and everything, and then we'll straighten out the legs. We'll just do this on either side, and then I'm just going to just take out the feet right over here. We are going to open up, oh wait, let's just move this up and out of the way for now. And then we're going to open up these chest and stomach cavities right over here, and we're going to bring them to the side. You might need like either nails or something like that to like actually go into it, but sometimes these two pieces, the arms will actually be stuck over here. Actually, it's kind of reminds me of a Voltron moment, doesn't it? Anyway, so let's get right over here. Let's straighten out the arms and then move them up and out of the way, and do the same thing with the other side. We'll straighten up the arms and turn it by the shoulder. We'll then open up the head right over here to reveal his mutant head, which is actually very, very cool. We will then move this all the way down here. We'll take his rib cage and we'll put this over here and over here, and we'll move this up and move the feet down, pushing this in and doing that, and then we'll open up the heel right over here, and then we'll do the same thing right over here and move the heel out. And one thing that I like to do with my Tigatrons and everything, I'm not exactly sure, a lot of people actually kind of like love to do the old school like doubling over of the feet on the back and everything. Myself, I found that this is actually kind of effective too and everything. You just move these 2 feet like this. I kind of wish that there was like a good place to place those two and everything, and just like leave it like solidly right against the back. But there we go, and that's Mutant Tigatron right there. We're gonna take a closer look at this dude. Tigatron. Oh man, Mutant Tigatron. What can I say about this guy except this guy is just really, really great. I love this so much. This face sculpt is actually so cool. I'm actually really liking this a lot more than the mutant cats, and than the Shadow Panther that we actually had, and I kind of wish I actually had him on hand so you can actually see exactly what the differences are. When I'm actually around to doing the Shadow Panther review, I really definitely am going to take this out and everything so you can see exactly where this guy actually kind of like succeeds, where Shadow Panther is actually just like a little bit more lackluster than this guy. But look at this, the brilliance of these eyes is just really great. I love these circular gold eyes here and everything. Again, just really makes me think that he's actually supposed to be more of an ethereal beast than anything else, you know? I love like the coloring that actually goes on here. I really thought I would actually hate this in hand, and in fact, like all the pictures that we actually saw, I thought that this was actually supposed to be a lot brighter, and I was liking that too and everything. But like this, I'm not really too mad about or anything like that, even though, like, okay, so let's go back over to the box here and everything. So we actually have a picture of like Tigatron over here and everything, and you actually have the heels over here being like being that turquoise, the hands being all turquoise, which would have actually broken up the color a lot and everything. And these the pistol like nozzle over here being like turquoise also and everything. I think that would have actually been great. Over here, as opposed to on Pterosaur they actually got right. With this one, I kind of feel like this one's actually still like, look what we could do if we actually like took a little bit more time and everything. Even though the codpiece over here, I actually still kind of like and everything. I think that's actually like a really brilliant use of this color and everything. But I also think that with this, as I said before on my other Tigatron review, that this could have actually been used where it was actually like flipped over, kind of like they actually did with Ultra Magnus, going from regular Ultra Magnus to Super Mode and everything. They could have actually done that same trick over here and kept the conciseness of the tiger and everything, in which case I thought that would have actually been great. It would have been one more plastic part to model, and I don't think it would have actually been so much more expensive or anything like that. But again, with this, we actually have the browning over here going on the nose and everything like that. We actually have like the darkening of the bits right over here and everything, and like just into the ears right over here on like this piece right over here. It gives a lot more in the way of depth, whereas on Tigatron over here, you actually have lost all of that and everything. He still looks great, but like all of this is actually kind of like lost, and I kind of wish I actually had like a lot more in the way of skills and everything like that to like actually maybe add a brush. I'm really considering that, But really, like, I think he's actually great nonetheless. Okay, let's look at all the articulation here on Tigatron and everything. You actually have like a little bit of like up and down movement right over here and everything, where he actually has that head nod and everything. Same as you actually had on the original version of Tigatron, where you could actually move his head up and down and everything like that, just slightly. So he actually gets that kind of thing going for him and everything like that, you know? Yeah, he's like the music. He's like the music. God, I wish I actually brought Blaster with me. But anyway, this is actually very cool. I really love the fact that they actually kept that part of the articulation going and everything, you know? He actually can look around and everything like that. He's actually got 360, he's got a 360 right over here on his neck. He actually has like an in and out right over here, and if I can actually bring this in a little bit, you can actually see that there's like a slight butterfly right over here, so that can actually be used as a bit of articulation and everything like that also, which is great. He actually has like a 360 inhibited by these wings right over here, so that's actually kind of sad, and it would be nice to like actually have like a lot more movement over there. He actually has a bicep rotation right over here, which is perfect. He actually has a double hinge right over here on his elbow, which is great. He has wrist articulation, and I love that so much on this figure. And he actually has waist articulation right over here. He can actually do a 360. This actually moves in and out and everything for whatever reason. So if you actually need to use that for whatever reason, you can. You can actually, he actually has like super high kung fu action right over here and everything. So that's great, you know. Let's see, he can actually kick all the way out. He can kick all the way back. It's actually kind of like inhibited by that waist, by that skirt right there. But like, if you move it out of the way, you can actually get like a lot more articulation there. He actually has like rotation over here by the upper thighs. He has a knee bend, not a deep knee bend or anything for a tiger character, but like it's actually pretty good nonetheless. He has ankle joints right over here, nothing, no foot turn right over here, anything like that. His leg does pivot. He actually has a ton of dorsal and a ton of flexion, and he is great all around. He actually has like a lot of great articulation. Let's give you a 360 of this guy, because this guy is just great altogether. You know, I really love this model. Like, this mold is just fantastic to me, and always has been ever since the first time I actually got it in hand and everything. I'm actually really blown away by this. His weapons are his gut gun right over here, which actually can be stored right in his hand. Usually with good guys and with like most of my figures and everything, they're actually all righties. And with this guy, he kind of like makes me feel like he's actually kind of like more parallel dimension or something like that. But not parallel dimension in a way of being evil or anything like that. It's just like a reflection of like his own insurmountable like goodness of his soul and everything like that, and that sort of thing, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like that would actually be like the kind of thing that Tigatron would actually be going out through and everything. Like, say he and Eraser actually get merged by the Bach and everything like that, and part of his personality actually becomes he and she actually become he Tigatron and she, Eraser, actually become like Tigerhawk and everything like that, and that's great. But we also still have like a lot of things going on in the ethereal world. It could actually be that Tigatron is actually maybe going through the whole thing of like looking for Eraser anywhere, somewhere, you know? Maybe he's actually giving advice to what they actually merged and forged together and everything, you know? There's like a lot of great storyline that could actually go behind this guy, you know? But very, very cool. I love this guy so much. I'm gonna keep on saying that also and everything. Like, he's like very cool, very dynamic. I'm loving this, and I'm actually like a big fan of these black eyes here and everything like that. The way they actually like the way the black and gold actually kind of like protrude from here. Again, the same thing that I actually had with this version of Tigatron and everything. I love that face. I love this so much. Like, that's actually very cool. Between the both of them, I don't really know which one I am actually picking as like my favorite or anything like that. Like, I'm actually still kind of like stuck on this version of Tigatron. Again, if you haven't gotten them or anything like that, what's stopping you? Because this guy is just beautiful. But if you actually do have a chance of getting one, get this guy also, you know? I'm going to give you a couple more comparisons. Here goes Tigatron with Speed Demon Blur, Ethereal Mutant Tigatron with Airazor's Ghost, Ethereal Mutant Tigatron fighting Megatron, and Mutant Tigatron with Optimus Prime. You all know how much I love crossing the time stream with these guys, and these are great. I really say that if you guys actually have a chance to get Mutant Tigatron, get him. He is fantastic, really well worth the price of admission, and I love him. I think he actually makes an excellent figure. Final thoughts coming up in a moment. So, Tigatron versus Tigatron. Which is actually the best one to get? Or should I take my chances with both of them? Or none at all? And I really think that they're worth your look, you know? Even if you're actually like a G1 person like me and everything, you know? I really do love the G1 style. I actually like the B style also and everything. For me, it's actually all about like the universe of like all of these guys that we actually love lumping together and everything under the banner of Transformers and everything. And I think that these guys are actually great. They're well worth a look and everything. This guy is stupendous. This guy just adds on to all that mysticism that is Tigatron, and that's what I think that's what I think about this guy when I actually see this guy. I think he's actually kind of like more mystical than anything else, more Tigatron, I guess. You know what I mean? But like, which one is actually the best? I don't know. I think it's actually kind of like it's high in my mind's eye and everything. And it's actually something that I actually think that you should actually take a closer look into also. Do I suggest them? Yes, I think that they're actually highly awesome, highly posable, just highly everything that is actually great about Transformers. I think you'll actually love them. I highly recommend them. And that's it for me today. I really appreciate you all joining me once again, and once again, like putting a smile on my face and everything, because I love it when you guys are actually all here together, and you know, just like get more people in here and everything. I would really love to have like discussions soon and everything, you know, especially with what's actually going on out there with like Mattel and that sort of thing, you know. And I'm just like really into hearing what you guys actually have to think, what you guys actually think about what's actually going on out there and everything, you know. But there'll actually be a longer conversation about that soon enough, I think, you know. I think we're going to have to join up with a couple of characters and everything. I'm thinking about you, Tough Toy Nerds, you know. Like, I really want to talk with you about this because you actually seem to like have a handle of like the grasp of the gravity of the situation and everything. We're talking off and on tonight, and I would really love to like get more introspection and like have a good discussion about this, because yeah, it's something that actually needs to be said. It's something that needs to be talked about. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me once again, and remember, no matter what, more than anything else, be good to yourself. Make sure that you love yourself and be kind to yourself, because kindness is in short supply. And let's make that garden flourish. Let's make kindness be like something that will actually catch on out there and everything, you know, because I think the most gangster thing in the world is being kind, especially to yourself, but be kind to others also. And also remember, I'll be back, because when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I'll definitely talk to you all soon. Take care.